Hey guys, it's Mari. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I have a 12 by 12 scrapbooking process here for the JustNick digital cut file design team. And I'm going to be working with this cut file here today that you can see on my table. It's called the Doodle Doily 2 cut file, and I really love this. I cut this from a piece of white American Crafts textured cardstock, and I printed it very large. As you can see here, I wanted it to be the main background piece for my photograph today. And I really love how this cut file has lots of intricate detail, but it's not such fine detail that my silhouette has trouble cutting it nicely. So I really love that, and it's just perfect for what I wanted to do with this layout. Now what I did was I added some repositionable adhesive to the back of the cut file, and then I stuck it down to this patterned paper from Pebbles Patio Party, and then I just roughly cut around behind that cut file so that that pattern paper is backing my cut file. Now I'm going to use this Felicity Jane kind of a watercolory look paper, and I think this was from the summer kit if I'm not mistaken. I really love this, and I decided that I wanted to do a tone on tone or a monochromatic layout here today, and I really love this tone of blue with a black and white photo. I think it's just really nice. Now I'm going to use a bunch of scraps from my Felicity Jane stash to do my photo mat here, and some layers behind my black and white photo. And guys, I have to tell you, Felicity Jane is just, to me, is just like sublime. I love their stuff. I could never have too much of it in my stash. I like to buy a little bit of it every once in a while. I don't subscribe anymore to the kit just because I found that I wasn't getting it all used up fast enough. So now every once in a while I'll go back and I'll buy a kit, but I also find it, just being in Canada with the exchange and everything and the shipping, it's a little bit pricey, and I did have a lot of it building up. So now I'm just excited every time I go into my Felicity Jane stash and use some of it, and I love it. I love their products. They're beautiful. So I wanted to use this in conjunction with Nicole's gorgeous cut file here today. So you can see I'm still just adding some bits and pieces. These are all papers that were, had chunks and pieces cut out of them. One of the things I really love about the Felicity Jane kits is the consistent black and whites, stripes and hearts and polka dots and that. Like, I just love that. And I really wanted to use black and white accents with this blue color here today, this icy blue. I just think it's so pretty. So you'll just see me there building those layers behind my photo as a mat. And I just wanted to use this darker tone as kind of like the last piece, just to really draw your attention and your eye to the photograph at the center of this cut file. So the photo is going to be right in the center of the cut file on the layout. And I like using that as a design on my layouts when I'm using a cut file. I just think when you have the circular cut file, a really logical spot to put your photo is in the middle. And of course, these cut files are just amazing to work with because the whole layout just comes together so quickly. And I probably sound like a broken record to you, but it honestly is really true. The JustNick cut files are gorgeous. So I am going to just finish up matting this with that last piece of black and white paper, and then I'm going to just pop that all up with some craft foam. So I'm just going to take a chunk of craft foam from my stash and put that on the back of that photograph, and then I'm going to ultimately pop that whole cut file up on some craft foam as well, just to give it some dimension. So I'll just go into my stash of craft foam there. I like using this stuff that's got the adhesive on it already on the back. Just take that release paper off the back, put some of that down, and that's super easy. The larger chunks are easy to work with, and this is a super cheap way. That way I'm not using up all of my 3M foam tape. I like to save that for smaller pieces or for my cards and so on. So there you can see this does the same thing. So I just use my ATG on my paper there to put that foam down or to get that foam stuck to the background. And I'm going to do the same thing there with the photo. Just pop it up on that craft foam as well. So I'm liking how that looks, and now I'm ready to embellish. So what I did was I just went through, once again, like I said, my stash of Felicity Jane embellishments as well. I have those in a little iris container in my stash, and I found this little thought bubble here that says love you, and I really liked that. I thought that was super cute. This is another one of the kids' engagement photos, and I just thought this worked really well with that. In one of the Felicity Jane kits a long time ago, we got these Maggie Holmes puffy stickers, and I wanted to use the word smile here just because obviously it's in the right color family and it goes along nicely with this photo. So I'm going to use that up, and I'm going to use another one of the puffy stickers off that sheet as well in black. And then these adorable rubber embellishments from Felicity Jane as well. We got a few of those in one of the kits a while back, and I'm going to stick that down here as well as an embellishment just on the side of the photograph here. So I like that as well. So you can see all of the different little black pops on the layout just with these embellishments here, and I love that. I just think that is just a really nice look. Now I'm also going to use a Felicity Jane flare here as well that's got a heart on it, and there's going to be a lot of little heart embellishments going down here as well, just because I thought that really matched the photograph, and the tones of the hearts that I have to use up are also perfect. I've got some tiny little puffy hearts that I'm going to be using, and some little rubber hearts, and so on and so forth, and you'll just see me adding those down. Those little rubber pieces, what I find works really well to stick those down is some glossy accents. The larger piece that's on the photograph, the rubber accent there, I think I used a foam adhesive piece behind that, and that worked well as well. But yeah, you got to make sure that you're using just the right kind of adhesive behind those so that they stay stuck to your layout and to the rubber. I'm going to use a little phrase sticker as well from Felicity Jane, and my layout is almost done, guys. So I'm really liking how this is looking, and I'm just going to add a couple of other little bits and pieces here to finish up. What kind of weather are you guys getting right now for your spring? This weekend, or the weekend that I'm filming this and getting this blogged, it is pouring rain outside, but it's been super, super dry here. I live in the northeastern part of Saskatchewan, and firstly we had a really late spring, and then it was really, really hot and dry. And so we are actually getting some much needed rain, but now we've had like over 2 inches. So, it could stop anytime now as well. So let me know in the comments below what's happening with your spring weather wherever you are. So I'm going to just add a little strip of black polka dots to the top there, and a little bit of this striped washi tape. This really thin washi tape was in a Felicity Jane kit like a really long time ago, and I'm kind of hoarding it because I love it. It is so cute. And I'm going to add a little bit of that to the bottom of the layout as well. And that's going to be it, guys. I'm going to leave a link in the description box below to the JustNick digital cut file shop. Make sure you check it out and see all of the gorgeous cut files that Nicole Noazad has designed in her shop. And thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope to see you back on my channel another time. Bye-bye.